So far we've looked at a variety of conditional formatting rules. In this video we're examining icon sets. Icon sets are a very simplistic and vivid way of highlighting certain information. The previous conditional formattings we've looked at have highlighted degrees of variation. With our colour fill, we got to see hot and cold and everywhere in between. With our data bars we see relative position. But there are some situations where the data we need to convey is more of a on and off or good, bad, okay kind of scale. One example is that of budgets. Managers will certainly be interested in how much they are above or below budget and what the percentages are, but the main thing they want to know, and they want to know it immediately, is whether or not they've hit it or not. They need a yes or no kind of display of information. So using that background, let's look at how we can apply icon sets to this difference column. We have a budget line at the top, and actuals, and I've actually duplicated the actual row several times so we can look at different types of icon sets. So let's start off with our first rule and have a look at some options. One of the most popular graphical representations is that of the traffic lights. There are a huge variety of here, but it's one of the most common ones that we like to see, and that is traffic lights. As you can see, I just need to hover over the shape, here described as the 3 traffic light rimmed, release the cursor, and I will see my traffic lights applied. So here we can visually see instantly good months, bad months, okay months. Excel has a variety of predefined scales that decide whether or not something is in the green category, red category, or yellow category. So let's examine this rule in a bit more detail. I'm going to come into my Manage rules so I can tinker with the settings. My rule is selected, I can go to Edit Rules. And from here we can now see the inner functioning of this formatting rule. We have an icon set selected, but we can also see the exact values that will move the condition from green to red or red to yellow, etc. And we can of course edit those values here. For example, we may decide that only values over 90% are of interest, and only values in the bottom 10% are really red values. Let's move on to some other varieties. I'll return to my conditional formatting, into icon sets, and let's use the arrows. Again, a similar sort of convention. We have a good, bad, and average outcome. More options. We have some options that are not quite so colourful and give us some degrees of intermediate values. And finally, we might want to go with something such as the flag indicator. In this example, we've looked at various different types of icons, and it's getting pretty busy on the page. In a real-life scenario, we would only apply probably one of these rules, maybe 2 maximum. But these are just displayed for demonstration purposes. Again, icon sets are a useful way of highlighting certain data that meet certain criteria, but should not be overused as they are a little bit of a novelty formatting option.